Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I thought I'd do a video on Holden versus Ford. I'm sure there's a lot of Ford lovers that watch my channel, but how many of you guys are Holden guys as well? Like me, I like my Holdens just as much as my Fords, believe it or not. So I wanted to talk to you today about comparing the VT SS to the AU XR8. Now, so we're comparing apples with apples. The XR8 or AUs had 3 series. So the first AU XR8, I think only had about 185 kilowatts, but by the time you got to series 3, they had 220 kilowatts. Whereas the VT SS, they started just with the 5 litre iron line in series 1, but in series 2, they actually had the LS1, 5.7 litre V8, which put out a lot more power, which 220 kilowatts, just the same as the last model of the AUs. So the AUs just had the Windsor 5 litre for all through the series, and just the T5 5-speed manual, whereas the VT SS started with the 5-speed, but they ended up with the T56 to go along with the LS1. So what do you think? Comment below, what do you think's best before I go any further? When it comes to 0 to 100 times, look, the XR8 I've heard it does around 6.6, the SS 6.9. They're probably pretty comparable. Obviously they have about the same amount of power, similar torque figures, especially at the end. So yeah, I actually have quite a soft spot for the VT SS. I actually learned to drive on a VT SS, a white one. Unfortunately it was auto, but yeah, so when I was 16, my dad bought one, and all the way till I was 18, I think I learned to drive on that. So I absolutely loved driving that thing. I thought it was pretty cool, rocking up to school, even on my learners, but still driving an SS Commodore, it was bloody awesome. I think Holden limited themselves with the VTSS with their colour range. They had some good colours. They had a blue, a white, which is what I had and my dad had. The mica, whatever it's called, the orange one, that was pretty cool. And then black, and I think that might have been it. I remember, because I'm a lover of red cars, I remember saying, Dad, can you talk them into putting a red one through for you? But no, they wouldn't do a custom red one. I don't know why they didn't have red. I think you had to go to the HSV to get the red in the VTs, the Club Sport or the GTS, and they look bloody good. So yeah, I'm not sure what colour I'd pick. I probably would just go the white, even though I feel like white's a boring colour. I think the white looks clean. I would slam it on a set of VT GTS wheels, the gold ones, the champagne gold ones. I reckon that looks awesome. I haven't seen many. I've seen one. But other than that, the orange would probably be the best colour. Whereas on the AU XR8, yeah, you guessed it, for me, it would be the red one. They just look beautiful. I know some people don't like red because they fade and that, but you know, if you wash it regularly, you keep on top of your waxing or even better ceramic coating, it'll last a long time, and it's a beautiful colour. As far as handling goes, the VTSS was okay. It wasn't too bad, but I haven't driven an AU XR8, or I can't remember if I've even driven an AU, not for a long time anyway. But the AUs, I think the AUs, from all reports I've heard, they handle a little bit better. Their steering geometry is just that little bit better. Comment below what you think if you've driven both recently, but I'd probably pick the AU XR8 from what I've heard, as far as handling, if that's the most important thing to you. And what about sound? Well, I personally think that the LS1 sounds good. I know a lot of people diss it. I think it's pretty good, but probably hard to go past the sound of the Windsor. A good exhaust setup on that thing, and that I think that will beat your LS1. Yeah, a lot of Ford lovers, obviously, would swear by a 5 litre Windsor over an LS1 any day. If you're talking about the Windsor compared to the Iron Line 5 litre, that would be a tough one. I think it's whatever you like better. They both sound amazing. I mean, but let's be serious. Neither of them are going to sound as good as a cammed sock. Single head cam. Listen to this. few pictures up of either car. You tell me which one looks best. Tell me which one you think sounds the best. Tell me which one you would pick. Would you pick Series 1 VT SS? Would you pick the Series 2? Would you, which series of the AU? I'm pretty sure most people would say the Series 3. I think they got better and better. Same sort of engine. They had upgrades until they got 220 kilowatts out of them. But yeah, what would you do also? What would you do as far as mods to them? Typical mod for the VTSS would be over the radiator, cold air intake, mouthless tune. It'll be more like 300 kilowatts at the engine, but probably over 250 kilowatts at the rears. I've watched a few videos recently though of doing up the old Windsors, and you can tune them. Extractors, full exhaust system, better intake, and then a full dyno tune. Those things you can put out a pretty high number, but if you really want to put something out decent, you put a supercharger on it. You get yourself a Vortex supercharger, and they just sound amazing. But yeah, that's where you're going to get the real power from, I think. But purely as far as looks go, wow, I'm torn. The AU was the ugly duckling, but I don't know, the full Tickford kit on those last of the AU XR8s, absolutely amazing. Not to mention the Pursuit 250 utes. Oh, they had 250 kilowatts. They got out of the last of those utes, the 250 Pursuit utes. Wow, they were amazing. But on that note, if anyone's got an AU XR8 or anything, a VTSS, if they want to share that with me and do a video on that, I'd absolutely love to do a video on anyone's car. Doesn't even have to be a Ford or a Holden. Chuck me a message, look me up on Instagram, EFXR6 on Instagram. That's probably the easiest way to message, or just put some comments below. That'll help everything. That'll help the algorithm too. But anyway, yeah, chuck me a message. Let's do that. I'm sort of near the Geelong region, Ballerine. So, help you if you're near there, but I can always travel further. Or if we can meet up somewhere or whatever, let me know. Might have to do another video on this thing too while we're at it. And now that I finally cleaned up the garage, I found my old go-kart. Look, it was under all that mess. So yeah, get this thing started up, do another video on that. But yeah, a bit more to come. I really want an ED Falcon, even just a standard GLI or Futura or something. I would love to do that up, just lower it, put some wheels on it maybe. But yeah, that's the plans. First I want to finish the driveway and the out back here. Once we get this concreted, there'll be no excuse not to get another car and yeah, get onto some interesting content, doing some cars up, maybe flipping a few cars, not literally flipping them, you know what I mean, selling them, cleaning them up, selling them. I reckon I sort of would love to do that. I've been watching the series One More Flip, the guys on YouTube. Maybe let me know in the comment if you watch my video, because I know you watch some of them, so sort of inspired me to do something similar. So yeah, I think I will.